Welcome to Ottawa Airport. Man, that lift driver had no idea where he was going. He dropped me at arrivals thinking that this is the domestic terminal. I think there's only one terminal. It's very early in the morning. It's 4:30 a.m. I'm flying to the north of Canada today on an airline called, well, Canadian North. I think they know what they're doing up there. The destination is Iqaluit, the capital of the Nunavut territory. Never been up there, always wanted to go there. I believe it is the northernmost city in Canada. I was able to check in online, so that's already done, and I selected my window seat. That's always very important. But I still want to have a printed boarding pass, so let's go to the counter and then go airside. Very smooth experience up to this point. Security took like 2 minutes. Aircraft is not yet here, unfortunately, but anyway, it's still a bit dark outside. Yeah, Ottawa is pleasantly warm. Even now I'm just wearing a t-shirt. Like yesterday it was all sunny and 27 degrees Celsius. But the city I'm flying to, Iqaluit, is very, very cold. Still, at the end of June, it's like below freezing up there, like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. That's why I brought a sweater and a jacket. Really excited to fly up there. Still like an hour and 20 minutes until boarding. I would say let's find a Tim Hortons or something like that and get a breakfast.
Hi there, good morning. Come on in. Thank you.
And welcome aboard the Canadian North 737-400. This bird is Charlie Foxtrot November Mike. It is 32.5 years old, but it's quite comfortable. The padding of the seats is really nice, and the legroom is also quite good, I would say. Boarding is underway, but I checked the seat map through Expert Flyer just like 10 minutes before boarding, and it showed my row is empty, and in general the whole flight seems to be very empty. I have high hopes that my row will actually stay empty. Yep, boarding completed, and I have that row to myself. Very nice. Row 20 is it? It's like just behind the wing. Should be good for some great window views. And I love flying on the classic Boeing aircraft.
Good morning, folks. From the flight, should be pushing back momentarily and getting underway for our flight today at en route time of 2 hours 49 at 31,000 feet. Should be a mostly smooth flight. The weather in Iqaluit's quite nice. Light winds, scattered clouds, and a temperature of +2 degrees. Volunteer at Canadian North, thanks for flying with us today. Sit back, relax. Welcome on board.
Like they have all these little quirks which you don't see on modern aircraft anymore. Like the fasten seatbelt signs look very old. The buttons for the lights and like the flight attendant call button. That's just all very classic.
Seatbelt and no smoking signs are visible throughout the aircraft and must be complied with at all times.
Maligayaharayak state at tanak tumigi kutinit takot sa itoyok sa kugang loko upo kujiguti.
of Ottawa runway 25. It's a beautiful day to fly, no clouds, no turbulences at all. Oh, actually there are some clouds. The sun is rising in the east. I'm sitting on the right side of the aircraft, so it is a bit tricky to film, but I have to say the windows are comparably clean. Like usually on classic 737s, the windows are always kind of an issue because airlines tend not to clean them really, but actually I think those ones are fine. Out of fasten seatbelt signs are off, and the crew is preparing the meal service, I think.
Trolley service. So we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
They're just coming around with the meal service. They announced there's a choice between a hot and a cold meal. The hot meal is scrambled eggs and bacon, and the cold meal would be like cereals. I think I'm gonna go with the hot meal. By the way, there's no entertainment on board. Like there's no Wi-Fi or like entertainment through Wi-Fi. There's also no in-flight magazine, so just make sure to pre-download something to your phone, or I don't know, bring a book or something. And since it will still be a while until I reach my row, why not talk about the aircraft a little bit? So this aircraft, Charlie Foxtrot November Mike, has actually quite an interesting and long history. It was delivered all the way back in 1992 to British Airways, and then it flew for British Airways until 2004, when it was sold to CSA Czech Airlines in the Czech Republic, and then it continued flying for like Czech Airlines and various Eastern European airlines until 2015, when the aircraft finally ended up in Canada, flying for an airline called First Air. Now First Air was later merged with Canadian North, and then they kind of decided to use the Canadian North name and code for all the upcoming operations. So it's only been flying in Canada for 9 years, but still going strong. The cabin looks reasonably nice. Canadian North fleet is actually kind of big. They have over 30 active aircraft consisting of ATRs and 737s. And the interesting thing about the 737-400 is they do have combi versions of that aircraft as well. So the combi version is like you have cargo in the front of the aircraft and passengers in the back. I wonder for how long they will keep operating the 400. Food service has turned up. It looks really, really nice. I went for the scrambled eggs. Comes with one slice of bacon and some potatoes as well, accompanied by some fruit and a croissant. For the drink I went for an orange juice, which comes in a branded Canadian North cup. And meal finished. It was really, really good, I would say. We're an hour into the flight now and continuing our way to the Canadian North on Canadian North. We still have like 2 hours or maybe like an hour and a half to go to Iqaluit, and from Iqaluit you can actually take connecting flights that will take you further up north to like the most northern regions of Canada. Canadian North operates ATRs to those regions in the north, and for example it's another 3-hour flight from Iqaluit all the way to Resolute Bay in the north, and from Resolute Bay you can continue even further to Grisefjord, which is like the northernmost commercial airport, or like airport in general in North America, or maybe even the whole world. Not actually sure. Well, I think I think there's an airport in Greenland that's like further up north, and if you want to fly in that region, Canadian North is really the only choice, unless you charter a flight. The territories and like regions in the north are pretty well split up between the like major northern airlines in Canada. So the Nunavut territory is served by Canadian North mostly, and then we have the Nunavik region, which is part of Quebec province, that is served by Air Inuit. And if you go further west, like around Vancouver, like further up north, up to Yellowknife, that area is served by Air North, and there are like a couple of other airlines as well, but I think those are the 3 major ones. These airlines really serve a vital purpose of connecting the north with itself, but also with the like big cities in the south of Canada. And Iqaluit Airport in particular actually has another purpose as well. It is one of the main alternate airports for intercontinental flights that cross like the northern part of the Atlantic and like Greenland. Imagine a flight coming from Europe like towards, I don't know, Vancouver or like the US West Coast. Those flights pretty much all pass more or less directly over Iqaluit, maybe a couple of 100 miles away. Iqaluit Airport has a 2,600 meter-ish runway, which is certainly suitable to handle like an A350 or a 787. And it does happen from time to time. There are diversions occasionally to Iqaluit, and yeah, that's also one of the major functions of airports in those remote regions, to provide an option for flights that need to divert for some reason. By the way, I should also point out that Canadian North is wholly Inuit owned. And as you just heard, they do have announcements in Inuktitut as well. So there's English, French and Inuktitut. And I actually wanted to check out the loo, because on a classic 737 it's always a bit interesting. But unfortunately the seatbelt signs just came on and we are passing some clouds here. We have like 45 minutes to go, and I had actually dozed off for a while, and then the crew suddenly came around and brought hot chocolate chip cookies and also another drink. That was a surprise actually. I estimate we will start our descent soon. The landscape has changed a little bit. There's a bit of snow here and there. Oh, there's even some frozen lake. We have just started our descent into Iqaluit, and they have already deployed speed brakes. We only just left our cruising altitude, which must have been like 34,000 feet or something, but for some reason they're already using speed brakes. Maybe it will be a very fast descent. Anyway, let's enjoy the approach and landing into Iqaluit, and I will catch you on the ground.
Fastened and your personal belongings stowed until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Transmitting devices may now be used, provided your personal belongings remain stowed. Your entire crew thank you for flying with Canadian North. We hope you have enjoyed the flight.
Il ne sera permis de fumer qu'une fois à l'intérieur d'une zone désignée. Les appareils émetteurs peuvent désormais être utilisés.
I'd like to
thank you all for joining us today, and we wish you a pleasant day in Iqaluit.
If you will be descending using stairs, please use the handrails provided.
Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival and cross-check, please.
Welcome to Iqaluit. Arrived spot on time. There's our ride. It was a fantastic flight on Canadian North here. Catering was really nice. Crew was nice. I had a row to myself. We're on time. And the weather is good. It's actually kind of warm. What could be better? There's a helicopter taking off in the background. Yeah, Iqaluit is really the transportation hub here in the north. Like every flight that operates in this region kind of goes in and out of here. And the airport terminal actually looks quite modern. I don't know when it was built, but I don't know. Looks very clean, very modern. I'm staying here for a day and a night. It is now shortly after 10 a.m. It's actually way too early to check into my hotel, but I don't know. Let's just see. Yeah, this is my hotel tonight, the Iqaluit Hotel. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Yeah, needless to say, it's too early for check-in, but they allowed me to leave my luggage there. So I would say, let's go explore Iqaluit a little bit. The place of many fish. That's what the name means. Also, here's an advice. When you come to like cities and towns in the north, you see all this like gravel here by the side of the road, and I'm like walking on there. Bring some boots. If you come in regular shoes and you walk around here, you probably damage them. That's pretty much how every town in the north looks like. And you have some houses up there. That actually looks quite nice. You have a really nice view from up there, I suppose. Maybe we can go up there. A little bit out of town here. I want to see if I can go up that hill, because it looks quite nice and should make for a good view. Shall we see what kind of view? Oh, someone lost his shoe. But shall we see what kind of view we have from up here? Wow, that is amazing. You can see the whole bay from here. Actually, I want to go up the hill over there, but I'm not sure if it's possible. For now, I think this view also does it. One thing I'm actually worried about when walking around here is polar bears. You see, Iqaluit has its fair share of polar bear visits. I've been doing my research and I've been like reading reports, and it seems like at least every 2 or 3 years they have a polar bear here somewhere, like walking around. You see the hills on the other side of that airport. There's like a sort of national park thing, and they spotted polar bears there as well. So yeah, you gotta be a bit careful here. But one thing they don't have here, apparently, is mosquitoes. Or at least not today, or like at the end of June, I don't know. I think there will be mosquitoes in like 2 weeks when it gets warmer, like even warmer than now. But now there are like no mosquitoes at all. Very, very nice. Mosquitoes is something you need to be aware of when coming to the north in summer. Any northern part of the world really, be it North America, be it Northern Europe, Greenland. You have mosquitoes everywhere in summer. And they really drove me mad when I visited Greenland last year, at least around Ilulissat in the north. Down in the south, around Narsarsuaq, I didn't see any mosquitoes. That was nice. But around Ilulissat, it was mad. Kind of looks like a trail here. It's very muddy, by the way, and I'm all alone here, so let's just hope there won't be a polar bear. And another shoe! What is it with people losing shoes in Iqaluit? Oh, coming to think of it, yeah, I think I know. It's because they get eaten by polar bears. So the polar bear eats everything except the shoes, I think. Woohoo! Made it here to the top of the hospital hill, as it is called on Google Maps, because there's like a hospital down there. The views from up here are fantastic. I mean, you can see the whole of Iqaluit here. You can see the whole airport, like the north. You can see the harbor, I think. Is it the harbor? I don't know. There's a lot of ice. We should go down to the harbor, have a look at the ice. Then you can see like the south, the east. It's amazing. Wow. It's a bit windy, well, not too much. Actually, the weather is really, really great. It turns out this hill is actually very accessible. If you look down there, like you can just go straight down more or less. Turns out you can not only find shoes on the hills here, you can also find pillows. If you're looking to get something for your household, just wander around the hills of Iqaluit. One more thing to do before lunch. And there's a mattress. So we have a pillow, we have shoes and a mattress. That is a weird combination. Made it! This is the exact location where Google marks the end of the road to nowhere. Google, this is not a road. This is I don't know, it's like a icy river. In any case, this is how nowhere looks like. We have ice, we have rocks, we have a river. Man, I'm thirsty. I did not bring a water bottle. Always bring a water bottle on a hike. It's gonna be an hour of a walk back to town. I really did my workout today and I think I earned lunch. So let's head back to town and see what we can find for lunch. And I don't really want to go that way. So let's just go back the way we came and like go around here. Made it back to some walkable path here. I think this is actually the road to nowhere. It leads to snow and ice, which is equal to nowhere. Actually, I'm quite confident now. Like earlier when I walked out here, I was always thinking about like polar bears and how I might die out here. But now that I made it and I'm on my way back, I'm actually very confident. But you know, confidence is what usually kills you in nature. Are we on the moon? There's the shooting range over there, a couple of cars. How do we get across there? I would say, let's go up this hill and jump. Yeah, that worked. And made it back to the main road. Alright, it's gonna be like 45 minutes of walking from here, I hope, if I'm fast. So I'm gonna catch you guys for lunch. Jesus. So 1 hour later and reached the city center. By the way, they do have taxis, as you can see. I've seen them come by a couple of times, but I have no idea how to call them actually, because my eSIM doesn't work up here. It worked in Ottawa, but not up here. I think there's like a special like phone provider here in Iqaluit, but I don't know which one it is. So I don't have any mobile data or any phone signal. I have to rely on Wi-Fi. And we're finally here in the Macdonald hotel. Actually, the room is really, really big. I mean, look at that. Oh, and the ceiling is like really high as well. It's like 4 meters. That's like the highest ceiling I've ever seen in any hotel room. And in general, looks quite nice as well. I mean, you can see it here. It's like, it looks really modern actually. Let's check out the bathroom. Wow, okay. Yeah, not bad, not bad. They give you some shampoo and stuff, and the shower looks quite good as well, I would say. quite clean. It does have its price, but let me tell you, every hotel up here and every Airbnb, they all have their price. This room cost me 350 Canadian dollars plus taxes for one night without breakfast. But to be fair, we are very far up in the north, and having such a comfortable room and such a big room is really worth something. I'm on the ground floor, which means I don't have that nice of a view. I have a view of a parking lot, but okay, let's just close that, otherwise it's getting too hot in here. And what else do we have? We have a desk, we do have a microwave. Microwave is nice. And do we have water? No, we don't have water. That's too bad. I should buy some water maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna rest here for a couple of hours and then head out tonight actually, because the end of June is like the time when this area here experiences like the midnight sun, sort of like when the sun doesn't really set. I mean, it sets, but not really, like it's still bright outside, and I want to experience that. Like right now it's very bright. It's not going to be that bright, but still I'm looking forward to seeing that. So I'll catch you later. It's like 11 p.m. here and the sun is just setting in the like northwest. And it will actually only be 3 hours until it comes back from like the northeast. Today is the 25th of June, and just 5 days ago, on the 20th of June, they actually had their longest day here, like the shortest span between sunset and sunrise. It's gonna be a very short night, and as you can see, even though the sun is down now, it's still fully bright. Like not fully bright, but like reasonably bright. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna be out of here tomorrow on a very exciting flight, very special flight. So I would say subscribe. I will see you then, and in the meantime, enjoy your travels.